Okay, we continue to follow that breaking news out of the interior of British Columbia. That's where a school bus crashed. We know that all children on that bus, and there were over 30 people on that bus, have been accounted for. The school district says that there have been some injuries. We do not know what the extent of those injuries are. We're working to confirm that information. But we also know that one person died as the result of a second incident, which a person was hit by a vehicle near that same location. For more on all of this, we're joined by Cindy Marcotte, who was on the highway as the crash happened, and she remains on the road right now. She's in her vehicle. Cindy, thanks for being here. What can you tell us about the situation that you encountered when you were on this highway?
I came into Lac La Hache just before 2 p.m. and encountered a large lineup that basically had just formed. So I don't know what time the crash took place. But there was several vehicles had passed me heading towards Lac La Hache, and when I drove through, nothing was happening here. So I thought, well, maybe there's a little fire somewhere. And then once I was in the lineup, there was ambulance after ambulance after ambulance. And I saw a bunch of people standing around what looked to be an embankment because I was close enough. I was several cars back, but I was close enough to see that. And so we just thought, well, somebody ran off the road. But within an hour, with all the emergency vehicles coming in and a helicopter overhead and whatnot, we realized that the situation was a heck of a lot more serious than maybe we originally thought. We were all just kind of waiting for the road to clear. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so the information that we have from RCMP, they say based on the initial information, the bus was traveling on Highway 97 just north of Lac La Hache when it went off the road and down an embankment. What went through your mind when you found out this was school children on a bus, that they were going on a school trip and returning to school?
Well, I started to cry. I was so horrified, I didn't know what to do, and I was thinking of the parents. I thought, oh my good God, you know, I'm a mom and a grandma, and the kids, you know, it's the end of school. And with all the number of emergency vehicles arriving on the scene, I knew this was no minor incident. So I sat there for a while, and I'd gotten out of the car, and I was chatting with different people. We were all trying to figure out what on earth was going on, and then the news came down the line that this had happened. So I sat there for the longest time. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. And finally I decided that I'm just going to turn around and go back to Lac La Hache and sit on the side of the road and try and pull myself together and find out what on earth had taken place here. So, I mean, it was just horrific to hear that there were at least a dozen ambulances and air ambulances waiting in Williams Lake. Just as the little bits of news that I've gotten so far, I'm sure the highway's closed. I'm sitting here at 108 House right now, not sure where to go. I'm probably going to go back to 100 Mile and spend the night. But anyway, I'm horrified. I'm absolutely horrified, and I'm just praying with everything I have that the kids are okay.
And so the information that we have right now, Cindy, I'll tell you as I tell the audience as well, is that there were over 30 people on that bus, that there are no fatalities as a result of the bus accident. However, there was a second incident on that highway where a pedestrian was struck and killed by a vehicle. We also have a statement now that I'm going to read the audience. This is from the superintendent of schools for School District 27. This is Chris Vandermark, who says that we're aware of an accident with one of our school buses just outside of Lac La Hache. A school field trip to Gavin Lake had been returning students to the 100 Mile Elementary, Horse Lake Elementary, and emergency responders are on site. They're working to reconnect students with their parents, and they say that their early reports say that there have been some injuries right now, and they are continuing to monitor the situation. So Cindy, just tell me, you know, you're stopped right now, but you were in this community. What are other people saying in the community tonight about all of this?
I honestly haven't had a chance to talk to anybody. There were lots of cars just turning around and heading down the highway back towards 100 Mile. There didn't seem to be anybody really milling about in Lac La Hache. I'm not even sure how much the people that were there were aware I've just kind of kept to myself. I've been speaking to family because, of course, I'm supposed to be on my way to Prince George
Right.
and letting them know the situation. So I've kind of kept to myself, to be honest.
And tell me what the situation was when you were backed up in traffic there, because as we know from the information from police that one pedestrian was struck. Were people in their vehicles? Did you see other people kind of out milling about as traffic was stopped?
Yeah, that was the thing that was so alarming to me, is how many people actually got out of their cars and were walking up to the accident site. So I don't know whether it was somebody just up there, you know, just an automatic reaction. You see an accident, you jump out of your vehicle. I have no idea, except that I was concerned about the number of people on the road. I mean, I got out of my car, but I stayed close to my vehicle simply because it was so hot. But I didn't spend a lot of time out there because I thought, I've heard about situations like this happening before. That's just horrible.
Yeah.
I had no idea that had happened.
Yeah, and I mean, I wonder if you can tell us a little bit about this area for folks across the country. This is quite a remote area in the interior of British Columbia, correct?
It is and it isn't. We're between, Lac La Hache is between the community of Williams Lake and 100 Mile. And it's a beautiful open valley, so it's not like there's lots of thick wooded area around. The area where the accident took place was on a reasonably straight road, pastoral land, 4-lane highway, and beautiful sunny day. So I'm just at a loss as to how something like this could have taken place.
Yeah. What would you tell parents tonight whose kids were involved in this, and also the family of that person? We don't know many details about them who passed away.
Oh my goodness. Oh, my heart and my prayers are with you. I'm sorry. I'm just hoping for speedy recovery for all the children. Give yourselves a hug from me.
Well, Cindy, we thank you so much.
And please, people, slow down.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people traveling at extreme speeds today. It's just been unnerving being on the highway today. So please slow down.
Yeah, I can't imagine how difficult this has been for you and others in that area. Cindy, we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here on Canada Tonight, and you stay safe, all right?
I certainly will, and thank you so much.
That is Cindy Marcotte,
Okay.
who was on the highway as this crash took place near Lac La Hache in the interior of British Columbia.